So basically, what is a list? In programming language like C, Java, we don't have these kind of list tuples and dictionaries. In Java, we have to some extent in collection framework. Like just like lists in Python, you have something called uh, collection framework in Java. So there you have these things, but they are not as simple as you can do it in Python. Okay, so first let us see what are lists basic fundamentally. So they are similar to arrays that you have in C language, but the difference is arrays can hold only a similar kind of values. That means all the elements in an array must be only of a single data type. So if you declare an array of type integer, then you can store only integer values in an array. If you declare it as a character array, then you have to store only all characters only in that array. So anyhow, a character array is nothing but a string. Okay, so in that way, the definition itself in C language is array is a collection of similar data items. But coming to lists in Python, uh, structurally they are similar to arrays, but they can store different types of elements. You can store one element as an integer, another element as a float, another element as a string. That way you can store any type of values. Okay, so that is a list. So you can see the comments here in this program. Lists are similar to arrays in C. However, the list can contain data of different types. The items stored in the list are separated with a comma. So how to create a list? They are separated by a comma. You don't have a mechanism like declaring an array and reading the values using a for loop or like that. Instead of that, you can directly initialize it, uh, but you have to represent these lists with square brackets. Okay, so we can use some operations like slice operation. There are many other operations which we'll see. First, let us see how to create a list and print the elements of a list with a small program, and then we'll see what operations you can perform on a list. So look at this program. So all these first few lines are from 7 to 8 lines are only comments, uh, which are just giving the definition of the list and some information related to list. So the actual program starts from here. So this is a simple program. So look at the way how a list is created. Now A is a list. So A is assigned within square brackets, five elements. First one is a integer value, second one is a string value, third one is also a string value, and fourth one is a another integer value. So in this way you can store any type of values in a list, but all the elements must be separated with a comma. So now what is the size of this list? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the size of the list will be 4. So now look at this uh, second list. This is another list. Its name is B, and how many elements are there? Two elements are there, so both are strings only. And when you print this A, the output will be printed this way only, like this. Within the square brackets the elements will be printed, but there will not be any double quotes for strings. Instead they will be normally printed. And even when you print this B also, without the double quotes, they will be printed within the square brackets like this only. Okay, so and look at the next print statement. What is it doing? So you are specifying a of within the square brackets 0 colon 2. So this colon is nothing but called as a slice operator. So it is mentioned here, right, in the comment. It is called as a slice operator. So what it does is it will you know what is the meaning of slice, right, in general. So it does the same operation. So if you look at the output, then you will understand. So let me show you the output. So look at the output. The first list is displayed with first element as 9, second element as hello, third element as Python, and fourth element as 2019. And look at the second print statement. It is slicing this list. So how many elements are displayed? Only two elements are displayed. So starting from index 0. So just like in arrays, index starts from from 0. Even list also has some indices, and that index will start from 0. So when you say a of 0 colon 2, so this list will be sliced into two pieces. The two pieces are nothing but the elements starting from 0 till 2, excluding 2 means index 1 up to index 1. So at index 0 you have 9 here, and at index 1 you have hello, index 2 you have Python, and at index 3 you have 2019. So when you slice a list, what happens is you'll specify the second value, right? Starting from which value you want to slice, right? So when you specify the second value, that value will not be included. Instead of that, the previous value, up to the previous value, it will be sliced starting from 0 to 2, right? So that means it will include only 0 and 1. If I give 3, then it will print up to Python. If I give 4, then it will print up to 2019. You can imagine that they're starting from the first element in that list. Three elements will be displayed here. So that's the meaning of this one. You can understand in that way. So if I specify 2 here, so uh, up to hello only it will be displayed. So that's the reason why you're getting 9 comma hello only, right? Then coming to the next print statement, what you're doing here is you're adding the two lists. So when you add the two lists, that means they'll be concatenated. So what is the first list containing 9 hello Python and 2019? And when you add the second list B to that, so they'll be merged together into a single list uh, containing totally how many elements? 6 elements, starting from 9 hello Python 2019, and then knowledge, and then hub. So that's the reason you'll be seeing here next print statement printing 9 hello Python 2019 knowledge and hub. Okay, then look at this next print statement. What is this print statement doing is you're performing a multiplication operation on list A. So what is this going to do is it is going to multiply that list. That means A into 2 is nothing but 2A, right? So the list will be displayed two times. So first time uh, 9 hello Python 2019, and again another second time, one more time, 9 hello Python 2019. So that's the reason you are able to see a new list is formed by merging, by creating twice the elements. So actually you'll have only one time all the elements, right? So they are multiplied so that all the elements will be uh, displayed twice. So 9 hello Python 2019, 9 hello Python 2019. So in that way you can use this multiplication operator on list. Even this operator can be used even with a string also. So when you create a string variable, say name, and multiply it with 2 or 3 4 like that, then that string will be created multiple times. Okay, so that is multiply operation on strings. You can perform it on lists also. So fundamentally this is a list. So we'll see one more way also. So this, in this way, what we have done here is we have just created a list and initialized with this values 9 hello Python 2019, and another list with knowledge and hub, right? So instead of creating a list in this way, which is a predefined list, that means if I want to change the list A and add some more list elements, or completely change that list, what I have to do, I have to edit the program, and in the program I have to remove those 9 hello Python 2019 and give some new elements. So instead of that, what you can do is you can create an array dynamically. That means you can read the values from the keyboard and store those elements in an array, in a list, just like you do in a C language program using two for loops or single for loop. If it is one single dimensional array, then you will perform, you will use one for loop. If it is a two-dimensional array, then you will use two for loops, right, for two indices. So in that way, you can read the contents from keyboard and store them in the list. So how to create that list first of all, because you must make that list empty at the beginning when you create it. Uh, so let us see that program, how to do that. So look at this program. This creates a list with user input. That means user can give input values and that values can be stored in a list. So because we have to declare the list first, so this is L here, this is not 1, this is L here, small letter L. So L is declared as a list and it is assigned no elements. So that's the reason why I kept the square brackets empty. So when you create a list like this, it will be list will be created, but it will not have any elements. You can say that it is an empty list. So once you create an empty list like that, then using an input function, you can read the values and store them in that list. So if you observe now, look at the next statement. I'm reading all integer elements only because the input function is enclosed within the int function. Automatically all the values that you give will be converted into integer values and stored in n. And look at the next statement. I'm using a for loop for I in range 0 comma n. So for example, uh, I'm giving n value as say 10. So this n will be nothing but the size of the list. So if I take this value as 10, then 0 to 10 means up to 9. 10 will not be included, right? So excluding 10, from 0 to the range is up to 9. So how many times this loop will repeat? 10 times. So each time the loop is repeated, what you're doing here is, so look at the indentation we used for both these lines. So both these statements are part of for loop. So the first statement, what you're doing is you're taking using one more input function to read an element and converting that into an integer format and storing it in ELE. So once you store a value that is uh, read from the keyboard in ELE, then you have a function called append function, which you can use with a list. So with whichever list you want to use, you already declared that list as L, right, which is an empty list. Use that list name followed by a dot operator and call the append function. Okay, so this append function, what it does is it will append the element that you pass as parameter to this function at the end of the list. If the list is already having some other elements, then after those existing elements a new element will be appended. If there are no elements in the list, then it will be appending the element in the first place, that means at 0 index. Okay, so in that way you can declare a new list with an empty list and then add elements to that list using a for loop, in this way using a append function. Instead of using an append function, you can also use uh, simple assignment operator to also to assign values to the list. So after this loop is completed for 10 iterations, then I'm printing the value of the list using this print statement. So I put this print statement outside the for loop because it should not be printed within the for loop. If it is printed within the for loop, it will print the list for 10 times. First time one element will be there, second time two elements will be there, third time three elements, and finally the last time will be 10 elements. So I don't want to print all the list items for every iteration. I want to print it only after all the iterations are completed. So I put this print statement at the end of the program, that is outside the for loop. So let us see what will be the output for this program. So the file name was wrong, so that's why we got that error. Now initially the list is empty, so I'll be giving some elements. Say first element I'm giving it as 9, second 5, then 3, then 7, 10, 4, 2, 8, 9. So totally how many elements I've given? 9, 5, 3, 7, 10. 10 elements, right? Sorry, first one is the number of elements, so 9 I have given the size of the list, so it will take up maximum of 9 numbers. So the first element is 5, second element is 3, third element is 7, fourth is 10, fifth one is 4, sixth one is 2, seventh is 89, eighth is 45, and ninth is 23. So you can see the list displayed in the same order. Each element is separated by a comma. Okay, so this is one way using an append function. So without using an append function also you can do this. So look at this program. What is this doing? It is taking the size of the list and storing it in n value, and then instead of using a for loop here I am using a while loop. So that's why I require a loop control variable I, which I initialized it to 0. Then I declared that empty list L. Then in the loop while statement I have mentioned the condition as I less than or equal to n. So I'm reading the element from the keyboard using input function and storing it in a variable E, and then instead of using append function what I'm doing here is directly assigning that value of E to L of I, where I will take values from 0 to n, right? So if I give less than n, then it will exclude n. So let us give less than n because we are starting the index from 0. So if I mention the size n as 10, then I can store 10 different elements in this list using this while loop. So loop will repeat for 10 times, 0 to 9, and each time the loop is repeated the index value will be taken. So this is this syntax, if you can observe, it is similar to C type syntax. In C language, how do you store elements in an array? You will use the index value as I, right? You will put that in a for loop and or while loop and use the indexing for I. I will take values from 0 to n minus 1. So in the first iteration I value will be 0, so the first element E will be stored in L of I. In the next iteration I value will be incremented to 1, so in the next iteration L of 1 will be stored, the second element, and the third element in L of 2, fourth element in L of 3, so on up to 9, L of 9. Okay, so only difference that you observe here is instead of for loop we are taking while loop, and instead of using append function we are using C type syntax for this list, that is accessing elements by using the index value and taking a index value as I value keeps on changing for every iteration starting from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so if you print this value, then again the same whatever values you give, that will be displayed as earlier. So understood, Shashank and Mohit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what you can how you can add elements to a list is using only append function.
Happen.
You
Yes.
cannot add them using an assignment operator.
Assignment.
You can modify them, but you cannot add the new elements to a list. Okay, so because in our program we created a list with a blank list, that means it doesn't have any elements, so size of the list is 0. So you cannot try to add new elements using an assignment operator. So that's the reason why you're getting this error. But if you are uh, creating a list with already containing some say 5 elements or like that, then you can add up to index 0 to 4. That means you can modify. So when you try to use L of I value will be 0, right? So when I value is 0, L of 0, if you give a new value, that 0 in that index 1 will be replaced with a new value. So when I becomes 1, the second value in the list will be replaced with a new value. And when I becomes 2, the third value, that is 3, will be replaced with a new value. When I becomes 4, the fourth value will be replaced with, sorry, when I becomes 3, the fourth value will be replaced with 4 new value. When I becomes 4, the fifth value will be replaced with the new value. But when I becomes 5, because the size of the list is 5 and indexing will be starting from 0 and ending at 4, and if you try to add a new element at index 5 using this assignment operator like this, L of I is equal to E like this, then it will generate an error because there is no such index. Indexes start from 0 and end at 4 because the size of the list is created as 5. Okay, so what do you understand from this is you cannot add any new element to a list using an assignment operator. If you want to add any new element to a list, you have to do it only using a append function. But one thing you can do with this assignment operator, that is you can modify the existing values. You can erase the existing values and replace them with a new values. That is what you can do with this list using an assignment operator. Okay, so this is how you can create lists and manipulate lists. Then now we'll see various operations that you can perform on lists.